great show. We had a lot of fans. I appreciate all the love and support. I fought hard. I try to, make history. I try to move up in weight, and I thought I was gonna be able to pull it off, and unfortunately, it wasn't my way. I got to give credit to Errol. He had a great game plan. He used that jab, that distance. He knew how to control that very well. A few moments that I tried to make adjustments. He had something in return. So he showed, great boxing. I tried to do everything I could to make my adjustments, but just couldn't get it off. But I'm still very, very happy with the performance. I tried my best, and we worked hard for this. I really wanted to win it, and it just feel a little bummed out that I couldn't pull it off. But overall, it was a great experience, great show. Errol Spence, a terrific champion. The best in the welterweight division. Very strong, and I'm just very happy that we were able to put this fight together. This is what boxing needs. Two of the best pound-for-pound fighters fighting each other, and that doesn't come often. It doesn't happen often. So I was very happy that we could put this together. I'm sure all the fans, were watching and excitement, and all the people watching on pay-per-view. I'm sure they also got a good treat from it, because it's not often that we get these type of fights, and that's what I want to give. Nothing but great fights, and I think we succeeded at that. So I just want to say thank you, everybody, for coming out. Anything else, we'll see what happens after this. But I thought it was a good show. Thank you.
You want to have a seat so the people can ask you questions, or ask Errol questions? Go ahead. Yes, please.
Mikey, this is Jaime with All Access Elite Boxing. My question to you is, you took this fight, as you stated, you fight for legacy. Your dream was to win 5 titles in 5 different divisions. You went and aimed straight at the best fighter, pound for pound, at 147. Do you foresee yourself in the future potentially fighting a Thurman, a Pacquiao, or even a Crawford, or even a Porter for that matter, in hopes of achieving your dream?
Well, I'll go back right now, talk to my dad, my brother, and make a decision. Right now, I don't have a decision made yet. I feel that there are other names that I could possibly get a title from, and I could still pull it off. But it wasn't possible tonight. We fought the best welterweight, the baddest man in that division, and we just couldn't pull it off. But we'll go back and see what options we have. I could stay at a lower weight class maybe, or maybe stay there and go after a different title.
Mikey, antes que nada, felicidades por el corazón enorme, no solamente tú, sino de toda tu familia. Un momento en donde tu esquina decía, ya no más. Sin embargo, el corazón de guerrero mexicano que tienes te hizo ir adelante. Te comento que las redes sociales estallaron en México y con los paisanos aquí en Estados Unidos. Hoy te respetan más a pesar de la derrota. ¿Qué significa que la raza te siga apoyando en las buenas y en las malas?
No, gracias. Mira, en realidad yo estuve peleando lo mejor que pude, tratando de sacar la pelea adelante. Él es muy buen peleador, tenía muy buena respuesta para todo lo que yo quise hacer. Y entonces hubo unos rounds donde me conectó bastante. Y pues sí, la esquina, para cuidar al peleador, pensó que a lo mejor era tiempo de parar la pelea. Le dije a mi hermano que no, yo estaba bien, no estaba lastimado, me conectó golpes, pues es boxeo. Así es el boxeo, pero no me lastimó. Yo me sentía todavía con ganas de continuar y pues sí, el corazón, yo pensé que yo podía todavía sacar esta pelea y conectar un golpe y lastimarlo y sacar la victoria. Desafortunadamente no se pudo. Estoy contento de que todo mi público me ha respaldado bien, se llenó de mucha gente que vino a apoyarme y pues demostré que en realidad tengo para competir, para estar en estas divisiones, aunque no fue de mi parte, no fue de mi lado. A lo mejor hay otro campeonato que sí pueda conseguir más en el futuro. Ahorita no tengo planes todavía, pero eso lo veremos en un futuro cercano.
Rápidamente, me dijo recientemente Lomachenko, y ya estaba para Robert y para ti, me dice, si están en 135, si vuelven a esa división, lo estoy esperando, la pelea que mucha gente quiere.
Sí, en peso ligero es la pelea más interesante. En realidad una pelea con Lomachenko será lo más grande. Espero poder conseguirla. En realidad esa es una pelea muy atractiva. Voy a ver qué se puede hacer para negociar esa pelea, porque sí es una pelea que el público ha pedido bastante ya en par de años. Pero como te digo, no tengo planes todavía, no sé en qué división voy a estar. Hablo con mi papá, con mi hermano y pronto les daremos una respuesta.
You want
Gracias.
to maybe quickly say that in English
Yeah.
as well, since a question about what he thinks about the Lomachenko
The first question, about the the fight itself. I showed a lot of heart, and a lot of people now respect me a lot more for the way I fought and for going up against the best. And honestly, like I said, I tried. I fought well. I fought hard. At one point, my brother mentioned, maybe it's time to call it a night, or he doesn't want to get me, see me get hurt, and my dad also. But I wasn't hurt at any point like that. I got hit a couple. It's boxing, I got hit with a couple shots. It's the way it is. But I said no. Let me continue. Let me fight through. I can still pull it off. I felt like I probably still could. I felt like I could have one punch and maybe turn it around. Unfortunately, it didn't go that way. And then to the question about Lomachenko, I would love a fight with Lomachenko, but I haven't made a decision to come down to 135 just yet. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let me sit back with my brother later and my dad, and we'll figure out what division I'm gonna come down. And if maybe I stay at 47, maybe I come down to 35. But at 35, that is the most interesting fight with Lomachenko, and I would love to take on that fight.
Congratulations, Spence. And this question is for Mikey. Were you surprised by Spence's power?
Look, he's got power. He does have power. I felt like I was blocking a lot of the shots early on, and I was trying to give him trouble by not landing shots. But then he started picking up the pace a lot more, and it was hard for me to keep up that defense. So shots started coming through. Like I said, at no one point did he hurt me and stun me like that. But he does have power. I felt good though. I felt strong also. I felt like I could also hurt him possibly, but it just wasn't there. He was slick and he avoided getting hit. And by the time I would try to come back, he had more punches on top, and it was a good fight. He put up a very good fight.
Errol, I remember you told me in our interview that you are going to surprise people because you do box. You are a well-rounded fighter. Going back to that, Mikey, were you surprised by that he could actually have the angles? He had ring IQ. He was not just a brawler, he was also a boxer.
No, I wasn't surprised. I know he has all the skills. Like I said before, he reminds me of myself a lot, because he does everything very well. Very good footwork, good speed, distance, timing. He does it very well. And he had an answer to every adjustment that I try to do. When I try to put a little bit of pressure and walk forward, he took baby steps back, kept that distance, kept that jab out there, and it was working for him, He used his distance and reach very effective. And when I was trying to box on the outside, he knew how far to walk forward. He didn't get too close. He's very good. He reminds me of me. And, he pulled off a great game plan, and he had answers for everything that I tried to do. It just wasn't, it's not that I was surprised. I knew he was going to be able to do this, and he pulled it off very well.
Hey, Mikey, you said that you saw something in Errol Spence in the Lamont Peterson fight that led you to believe that you could beat him. Was it different for you in the ring than what you thought that you saw? Did you see those same openings, or was it,
Look, I've always said, it's not that I saw something in his game plan or in his, holes in his game or anything like that. I just felt that I was better than him in everything that he did. And I tried to make the adjustments and try to work the way I believed I could. But he had an answer. Like I said, he had an answer to it too. Whenever I walked forward, he boxed on the outside, which I knew he could box. But I thought I was going to be able to do it quicker. And he just, had an answer, kept that distance. His height and reach, the southpaw stance always complicate things. I tried to make those adjustments. Yeah, just couldn't do it. He showed me that he's a better fighter, keeping that distance. I thought I was going to be able to, maybe get on the inside at times. Then I tried to box on the outside a couple of times, maybe counter. I landed maybe one or two counters on it, but it wasn't enough. He kept coming and at his distance. He wasn't getting too close to where now he's vulnerable. He knew what he was doing. I tried. I just couldn't. He's big and strong and kept coming with a lot of punches, and he just didn't give me the time. He had a great game plan.
Hey, Mikey. Congratulations on a great effort. Strength and conditioning coach Mackie Shilstone once said when a fighter moves up in weight, he should stay there and not come back down. Do you think moving back down to lightweight to 135 would be in your best interest physically?
Look, even though I moved up in weight, I'd never ballooned up too heavy. I never went, got too big with muscle mass or anything like that. We just added a little bit of muscle mass so that I could be at welterweight for this fight. But, even weighing in, I was at 45 and a half. I wasn't a big welterweight. I feel I can come back down to the lower divisions and perform great. Yeah, I don't think it would affect. I think if I decided to come down to the lower weight classes, I could perform just as effective.
Mikey, quick question. Was there any time during the fight, as Errol is starting to really come on, that you said to yourself, boy, I'm really not a welterweight?
No. It wasn't never that moment, or that thought. He just had a lot of endurance, and he, that strength, the size, obviously, was giving me trouble. But I try to box during those moments. I try to stay on the outside when he did come on the attack, and I was blocking a lot. I was trying to block a lot of the punches, trying to wait for that opening, but it just wasn't there. Whenever I did let my hands go, after he was letting his hands go, he would duck down right underneath, and I wasn't able to catch him. He just fought a very good fight. But I felt strong. I felt good. I just couldn't pull it off.
Mikey,
Yeah.
Eric Mora de Telemundo. Antes de la pelea platicábamos y nos decías que en algún momento tu familiares, tu entrenador, te decían, ¿sabes qué? No pelees contra él.
Sí.
En ese momento y cuando estabas arriba del ring, ¿te pasó eso por la mente? ¿Te arrepientes de haberte subido al ring,
No.
de haber sacado una derrota? ¿Y qué te llevas de esta pelea?
No, mira, no me arrepiento de nada. Aunque, pues, por obvias razones, muchos decían que no tomara esta pelea. Pero el que pues no arriesga no gana mucha gloria. Yo arriesgué para tratar de conseguir gloria, para tratar de dejar mi nombre, hacer historia, y pues desafortunadamente no fue de mi lado, no fue de mi parte. En la pelea yo estaba pues dispuesto a pelear, a eso vinimos. En un momento mi hermano estaba preguntando que cómo me sentía, que si a lo mejor estaba bien que la parara porque no quería verme golpeado. Un round que atacó bastante Errol Spence. Pues recibí golpes y preguntó mi hermano, oye, no quiero que recibas tantos golpes, la voy a parar. Le dije, no, déjate enseño que todavía puedo, nomás no me la pares. Y peleé el siguiente round, hice un poquito mejor y me dejaron continuar mi pelea. Yo no quería que me pararan la pelea porque no estaba lastimado de esa manera, pero nunca corrió la idea de que a lo mejor pues tenía que haberles hecho caso. No, yo estoy contento con que vinimos a hacer lo que quería yo hacer. No se pudo, pero hice todo de mi parte, peleé bien, peleé como un guerrero que soy. Vine a enseñarles que yo traté de ganar, no se pudo, ni modo.
Here, Mikey, you don't know me. I've been following you since you were 18-0. I've been writing boxing for 40 years for Mexican newspapers. I know your brother. And every time I used to run into your brother in Juarez, I used to beg him, do not let him fight at welter.
Sí.
All due respect.
Sí.
One of the reasons nobody mentions that, yeah, Errol looked good because he's a welterweight. You look, that's not your weight, my opinion, you look sluggish because of the extra weight. That's very easy. You go back to 135, I used to tell you, Brother Robert, tell him to clean up 135. The main reason is nobody mentions that. You look sluggish because you cannot carry that extra weight. My humble opinion.
No, gracias.
Did I beg it many times,
No,
Robert,
thank
and
you,
Juarez
thank you,
not
thank
to
you.
let
Look,
him fight?
and I think his size also, imposing that size on me was tiring me out little by little, and that's also why I felt a little sluggish at times. It just wasn't. Thank you.
Felicidades, Mikey. Suri Herrera por Veravisión. Sin lugar a dudas, has ganado el respeto de todos los boxeadores previamente y aún ahorita más por completar las 12 rondas en esta pelea. Y habían dicho que esta pelea iba a ser una victoria para ambos boxeadores, like a win-win situation. ¿Y tú qué opinas de eso?
No, mira, yo estoy contento con la presentación que hice. Pues hice todo lo posible que yo podía, pero no fue suficiente. Aunque no nos tocó llevarnos la victoria, En realidad pienso que el público puede agradecer que dimos una buena pelea. Una pelea que pues no sucede muy seguido en el boxeo, donde dos campeones invictos de lo mejor libra por libra se enfrentan. No es muy seguido, muy común que se puede lograr eso, y yo pude ser parte de este evento. Es algo que pienso que el público agradece. Y en realidad, pues mira, para un ligero, que soy campeón ligero, de subirme a welter, intenté hacer cosas grandes. No es fácil, no fue de mi parte.
Mikey,
Gracias.
Mikey, right here, brother. What around the 9th, 10th round, I feel like you started fighting him more on the inside. Why was that? Did you feel that you were having more success in there?
We were on the outside, like I said, a couple rounds, and he was dictating that pace and that aggression, but at a good distance for him, and it was just giving me more trouble. And so at times we tried to get on the inside a little bit. Maybe I was thinking maybe I could land a punch in between his combinations, and he was letting his hands go a lot to the body and the head. He was mixing it up, but I still felt that maybe on the inside I could catch him. Maybe I could catch him. I felt like I could have that opportunity because he was getting a little open at times. And I tried and I landed a couple shots, but it just wasn't enough. I felt like maybe if I stayed on the inside, I would have a little more opportunity. I risk a lot more too, but I mean, if I don't do that, then I have zero chance. So that's why we wanted to fight on the inside a little bit, and I tried. It just couldn't do it.
When your brother, in between the rounds, said that, hey, maybe we should get out of here. Just, I guess, speak about like the fire it brought to you. You've never heard that before. That's something very foreign in your corner.
Well, it's foreign, and nothing like that had ever been mentioned in my corner. But they're looking for the best, for their fighter, not just as family, but my brother has a lot of experience. My dad has a lot of experience in working the corners, and they always look out for their fighters' health and safety. And so there was concern. Hey, you're getting hit a lot. We don't want you getting hurt. And I told him, no, let me show you that I can still do it. I took a round off, and it just, let me show you I can come back. And I did. I came back the next round, trying to do a little bit better. Just wasn't enough.
Last question, Dan. Yeah.
My last question actually is for Robert. Okay. If you could speak to, I heard what Mikey said about you in the corner and maybe the possibility of stopping the fight. Just in your words, in your perspective, how close were you to stopping the fight, and what were you seeing that made you decide that maybe it was time to call it off, and what made you allow him to continue the fight? Because obviously you got the final call.
I wasn't that close to stopping it because it wasn't, he didn't get dropped or get hurt where it was, where it was right for me to do it. It was more about just, Errol just throwing, even though Mikey was blocking it, Mikey wasn't landing much. Especially, I don't know which round it was, but there was a round where it was just too much. And my dad told us, "What are you guys waiting for?" My son also said, "No, look, he's not hurt," because we're talking in the corner, and my son says, "He's not hurt. Just let him go through the rounds." And when we talk to Mikey says, "No, let me continue doing the rounds. He's not hurting me. He's hitting me, but I'm not being hurt. Let me just continue finish the fight, go 12 rounds." That's what we did, and like he says, he was never hurt. He just got hit at rounds where he was getting hit more than what we've ever seen, but not enough to where he got dropped or was really badly hurt.